Welcome to LinkedIn Overview. This is the first in a two-part series that has been developed as a resource for UConn's career champions. Chances are that if you're viewing this session, you are a career champion. But if this presentation was shared with you and you're curious about who career champions are, they are faculty, staff, alumni, and employers who help UConn students to make more intentional career decisions, becoming more confident in their career plans. You can find out more at career.uconn.edu under the Faculty and Staff tab. I'm Kay Kimball Gruder. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm Assistant Director of Graduate Student and Postdoc Career Services at the Center for Career Development STORS. And I am your presenter for this LinkedIn overview session. The agenda for this presentation includes a bit of information about what LinkedIn is, why employers use it, why it is important for students to actively engage in LinkedIn, and mention of a few resources to support your continued learning. What exactly is LinkedIn? To put it simply, LinkedIn is the world's largest online professional network. LinkedIn was first launched in 2003 and has grown exponentially since reaching over 660 million members in 2020. These members reside in over 200 different countries worldwide. The countries with some of the highest numbers of users include the United States, India, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and France. It is hard to determine exactly how many active users LinkedIn has, but it is generally understood that between 47 to 15% of users log in to the platform at least monthly, which considers them an active user. LinkedIn is accessible both via any internet browser as well as its own mobile app. This screenshot shows what the home page of LinkedIn looks like when a user logs in. On a web browser, users can navigate the main menu across the top of the page, and on the mobile app, users navigate through the menu and post using the various tabs at the bottom of the screen. LinkedIn is considered a social networking platform and has many similar features to other social networking platforms, particularly Facebook. While LinkedIn does have many similar features, such as the ability to build a profile, scroll through a news feed, post status updates, and join groups, etc., the main difference is that LinkedIn is designed as a means to engage with current and potential professional contacts, as opposed to other social media, which is largely focused on friends, family, and people who you already know. LinkedIn's mission is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Inherent in this mission is the idea that LinkedIn not only serves the purpose of managing one's existing network of connections, but also allows users to meet other users and benefit from one another in a variety of ways. We will dive into LinkedIn's key features that allow this to happen in part 2 of the presentation. Employers use LinkedIn for a number of reasons, with each company having its own priorities. Two common reasons that employers use LinkedIn are for recruiting and business development. LinkedIn is most widely used by employers as a recruiting tool. They can use search filters to find job candidates for immediate openings, but also connect with individuals who they would like to keep in mind for future opportunities. Filters allow employers to search on geographic location, skills, current and past employers, and so much more. Business development has become another popular reason that employers use LinkedIn. Companies and organizations have sites on LinkedIn that feature announcements and news from the company, job openings, and a link to the company's or organization's website. They can engage in conversation with anyone on LinkedIn, which includes clients, customers, and potential employees. They also use the platform to further build brand recognition for their products and/or their services, and also to monitor the activity of their competitors. There are a variety of reasons that it is beneficial for students to have a LinkedIn presence. We'll talk through 4 reasons that we think are particularly noteworthy. First of all, developing a LinkedIn profile, which is a required part of being a member, is a great way for students to develop and feature their personal brand in addition to their resume, cover letter, and additional application materials. Because LinkedIn is a resource that is accessible 24/7, others can find information about the student without needing a specific email or file shared with them. LinkedIn profiles tend to come up at the top of Google searches when searching for a specific person or by a person's name. This is important because we know that recruiters are searching for candidates online and that having a LinkedIn profile is pretty much expected in some industries. Nearly half of employers, 47%, say that if they can't find a job candidate online, they're less likely to call that person for an interview. Next, LinkedIn is a great way for students to manage their networks. It can be hard for students to keep track of all their connections from school, work, professional, or student organizations. LinkedIn helps solve that problem. Anytime you connect with someone via the platform, you remain connected with them indefinitely, and you can search through your contacts to find specific people at any time. In addition to connecting with individuals, students can join groups that allow them to be part of larger communities centered around a certain topic or profession, maybe a geographic area or identity. They are able to engage as much or as little as they like with both individuals and groups. But as with many professional development resources, the more a student puts in, the more likely they are to get out of it. Aside from some of the connecting and networking capabilities, LinkedIn is an incredibly powerful research tool. Students can search for companies to learn more about their mission, values, current initiatives, job openings, and individual employees. Yes, even learn about individual employees, including recruiters and other HR professionals. They can also search for people, perhaps people who studied the same field as they do, or attended the same university, or are in the same geographic area, or really all of the above and more. This is particularly helpful for students who may not know what they want to do with their degree after they graduate, or want to see what a good first step is to reach certain career or positions that require years of experience. Through all of the research, students can also stay up to date on trends in their industry and/or their career fields of interest. Lastly, students are not the only ones who can use LinkedIn as a research tool. Recruiters and hiring managers can too. In fact, research shows that over 90% of recruiters regularly use LinkedIn to find and screen candidates. Some recruiters may use the People Search tool to actively seek out candidates for their opportunities, and others may wait for students to contact them. Either way, it is highly beneficial for students to have up-to-date LinkedIn profiles so that when opportunities do come up, they can be considered. In part 2 of the LinkedIn presentation, you will have a chance to more fully review two students' profiles, Jessica's and Rita's, and to learn about key communication features within LinkedIn by touring through their profiles. I encourage you to view part 2, called LinkedIn: Sharing Key Features with Your Students, and thank you for joining me in this LinkedIn overview.